What's up, artists? Do you want to get better with alcohol markers? In this video, we're going to look at some do's and don'ts when it comes to working with them, and I'm going to share my top 5 best personal tips for beginners that I've learned since working with alcohol markers for the past 5 years. So I'm going to give you some tips that I wish I knew when I first started out, especially tip number 4. Alright, let's start out with
do's.
Do. Test your colors out on a scrap paper beforehand. The colors on the caps often don't match, and you'll be sitting there for 20 minutes trying to figure out which colors to use. You'll make a big old mess. And don't waste your money on tons of markers at first like I did. You can do a lot with a little, but too many is too many, and it can get confusing fast and unnecessary.
Do.
Use the right kind of paper, like blending cardstock paper or mixed media paper. The heavyweight fibers of mixed media don't bleed your markers and allow for solid saturation without damaging the paper. And the cardstock paper's smooth plastic-like surface make it ideal for blending. Do you hear this? It's cardstock paper. And you can find these on Amazon for the low. Watch what happens when I use alcohol markers with thin, cheap printer paper.
Oh, girl, go get it. Yeah, I said, girl, go get it. Yeah, girl, go get it.
See how it bled right over the lines? Get the right paper and that won't happen. Use your mama's sketchbook and you'll have a sloppy mess.
Do.
Put a page or plastic sheet under the page you're coloring on, or you'll end up with hundreds of wasted pages like me.
Do.
Blend colors gradually, don't rush it, and try to find 2 or 3 colors that look like each other. They'll usually blend right into each other pretty easily.
Do.
Use a colorless blender for small mistakes. All it is a straight up alcohol marker without any color pigment. So if you color over the lines, you can use the colorless blender to kind of seep it back in. And you can fix other small mistakes. Or you can use it creatively. You see this super simple sky that I just made? If I want to add more detail, a little more abstractness, you can make horizontal brush strokes and it'll slowly give it a more sky-like gradient. Alright, here's some don'ts right here from Billy Breeze.
Don't.
Leave your caps off. Try to make a conscious effort to put them back on, or else they'll dry out and they'll never be the same. And at that point, you're just wasting your colors.
Don't.
Don't press too hard. It can damage the nib. When you first get your alcohol markers, the nib should be pointy like this, which is how you generally want to keep them. But with constant misuse and pushing too hard, they can eventually warp to look like this.
Don't.
Don't try to incorporate water-based markers into your alcohol marker art.
It won't work.
These are separate mediums and they don't blend. Colored pencils work amazingly though for enhancing alcohol marker art. Alright, now for my top 5 tips.
These are carefully curated from my many years of experience.
So watch till the end. Alright, tip number 1. Alcohol marker ink blends best before it dries. Alcohol markers use fast drying ink made with alcohol-based solvents. When the alcohol content is still wet on the page, it allows for the colors to mix smoothly together. This is when blending is easiest and most seamless. But once the ink dries, the alcohol evaporates and then the pigment gets sealed into the paper. Trying to blend on top of dry ink can cause patchy or uneven transitions, oversaturation or paper damage if you go over it too many times, and harsh lines and streaks. Alright, tip number 2. Let layers dry between passes for clean builds. If you're layering colors to get like richness, let the previous layer dry fully first. It helps you avoid muddying or over blending. It's basically the same idea as painting your walls in your house. You gotta apply multiple layers with time to dry in between, so keep that in mind. Tip number 3. You can add a base layer of alcohol for smoother blending using your colorless blender. This slows down how fast the ink dries, gives you more working time to blend and make transitions softer, and it helps prevent streaks. Alright, tip number 4. Use a coloring book. All of the examples I've used in this video are straight out of the Vex coloring book. Using a coloring book can be a surprisingly effective way to accelerate your blending skills. By removing the pressure of creating your own line art, you're free to fully focus on getting better at color transitions, layering techniques, and how different shades interact. This kind of allows you to fast track your progress, giving all of your creative energy to the blending process itself. So don't sleep on coloring books. Tip number 5. For even coverage, color in circles, not straight lines. Coloring in a small circular motion helps prevent streaks, especially in large flat areas. It helps lay down ink more evenly and helps blend with fewer passes. There's definitely more than one way to color in, but I feel like small circles, they give you the flattest, cleanest possible outcome. And that's 5 tips for you right there. Listen, I really appreciate you being here, and I'm always learning as I go. And I really do hope something in this video gave you some kind of spark or clarity. If it did, I'd love to hear what helped or what tips you've discovered yourself. We're all just figuring this out together in a way. Hit that subscribe button and like the video if you found any value in it. And remember to keep pushing. Good night, everybody. Peace.